Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Kevin and Mimi Milande.
All right.
How you doing, Kevin?
How you doing? I'm doing good.
Why do I laugh at when you go
good.
into that voice with how you doing?
Because it triggered Wendy Williams, and you know.
I encourage your behavior.
Yes.
So,
I appreciate it.
All jokes aside.
Mm-hmm.
Today's topic is one of my favorite topics because I've lived it, done it. Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking about dating with kids. You know, what is life like dating with kids? How does it work? Do you reveal that you have kids up front? Do you reveal it later on? You know, how do you carry yourself in a relationship, in a dating situation when you have kids that have to look up to you?
Oh yeah.
Right? I'm going to let you kick this topic off because I have a lot to say about this.
All right. So I'll get it started. Dating with kids. Don't do it. They'll mess your life up.
What do you mean
Kids ruin everything. I'm telling you right now. Like, don't do it. If you want to keep somebody, get rid of your kids first.
Oh my goodness.
Like, oh my goodness. Like, don't do it. All they do is whine, complain, take more. They got their hands in your pocket, then they gonna have their hands in the other person's pockets. Oh my goodness, they're gonna turn you against them and them against you. It's just gonna be a nightmare. I'm telling you right now, avoid it.
This is
at
Kevin's
all
opinion as the biological dad, discouraging any potential suitors
That's right.
from being around his kids.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
And then on top of that, you gotta worry about the crazy dude or the crazy guy on the other end.
Which is you.
Exactly. So, but no, man, dating is always difficult with or without kids.
So, okay, all right.
So,
I'm sorry. So how was it for you and I when you were dating and we met each other and you were the one that had kids and you were dating me at the time with kids?
That was tough. Because you're coming into a situation where you're trying to explain like boundaries, right? For someone that has no boundaries, right? They're living a single life. They have a different dynamic. They have a different dynamic than you, and you want that fairy tale love. You know what I'm saying? You want that, like when you're free to just date and you don't have kids and you're able to spend time with one another and you can make plans, you know, at midnight and all that kind of all those good things that you can do when you have that kind of freedom. When you have kids, you know, that freedom does not exist. There is, and then who you introduce your children to and the time frame. So my rule, I'm gonna just tell you guys straight up: if we're not engaged, you don't get to meet my kids. Like if I'm not gonna ask you to marry me, like once I know that that's in my heart, that this may be the one, then I'm going to bring you around my children before I ask that question to make sure that we have a good family dynamic. And once I see that works and everything's good, then I'll pop the question because you've met my kids and it's all coming to play. But if I'm just dating someone and it's casual and I don't see it going anywhere, or I might have thought it was going to go somewhere, but then the dynamic changed. You have that experience, and I would tell you guys, avoid that, bringing so many people around your kids. Just wait until you know it's serious before you introduce them. Let your children know you're dating. Let the other person know that you have children. Don't do like I did and lock them in a closet and hide them away. Don't let them see the light of day, baby. You got kids? No, I ain't got no kids. No, but let them know. But there needs to be that boundary, that separation. And when you do that, it's going to be challenging to date. It's going to be challenging sometimes to keep people in your life, but then you'll get the right person. I can attest to that. You'll have the right person in your life that's meant to be there, and it'll last, hopefully.
Yeah. So I remember you being, at the time I was in college, so it could have been I was busy with studying and work, right? But I remember it not feeling the way that I think it feels now. When I had kids and now I had to be the one dating with kids, I just remember that you were always available. Yes, you were always present. So the ignorance of someone who doesn't have any kids, I didn't feel like I was impacted by it. I think if I was impacted by it, then maybe I would have been selfish. I don't think I ever remembered saying, "Oh, you're not spending enough time" when we were dating.
And to be honest, your schedule was so full. Like you said, you were in college, you were full time,
and I was working
full time. So it's that free time that we were able to be around one another. That kind of, you know what I'm saying? It kind of helped out because you didn't
I had
have
my
kids.
own thing.
I think it's harder when a woman have kids, to be honest, but because you didn't have kids as well. Like if both of us would have had children at that time,
making time for each other would have been,
because your schedules have to match
I get it. I get what you're saying.
When
my schedule was a little bit more flexible, right? Even if I was studying for something, I was able to say, "Sure, fine, yeah, let's go out to eat." Right? Let's connect. Versus
30 minutes to go to Burger King. If you want that Whopper, you gotta come get it now. I'll be there to get that Whopper right now.
I didn't think about that. I guess that did contribute to why it did not feel like it was a big impact to our relationship at the time.
Mm-hmm. And speaking on kids, even when you're married, just making time for your significant other when you have kids becomes a challenge. And I would tell you guys, don't give that up. Make sure you're dating your partners. Make sure you're dating your spouses. It's important to keep that love, to keep that I call it that beautiful connection that you guys always have. It's an intimacy that you don't want to give up. So make sure you guys are putting in the effort to date one another. But go ahead and tell me what you think about it now that you've had
I've
kids.
had a chance to experience
all of that. And I used to tell you about it, remember?
Yeah.
And tell you how, challenging it was.
Yeah.
And you didn't really have that experience on your
Nope. I was very ignorant.
Then you went through it, so.
Very opinionated and ignorant about it all. So, when I was dating, so at first when we got our divorce and I got back out there to start dating, it was new to me to have to now say, "Oh, okay, I have kids," right? I was young. I didn't have anyone that had gone through what I had gone through to be able to coach me and provide experience. Of course not. I guess you went through it, but there's no way I was going to be taking advice from you at the time. Exactly. So I guess for me, one of the challenges was because I think the common misconception for guys who are dating a woman with kids is that they're stepping into a situation and they are going to have to play dad, or they're going to have to financially take care of the kids. And I think those are the challenges that I was having to quickly trying to explain before someone.
There are stigmas because a lot of guys and like women and men that date find themselves in that position.
Yeah. And for me, I've always been super independent, and the fathers in my kids' life are very involved. They're very involved. They are there for their kids. They provide support financially, emotionally, and mentally. So I think that it was trying to get over that stigma before someone just completely make their mind up about a situation and not really giving me the opportunity to voice what my situation is really like. So that was a hard one for me. So once you get over that hump and then and that's explained, I agree with Kevin. I never introduced the kids to anyone until it was serious as in marriage serious. And to each their own.
That's right. Nobody.
And to each his own. This is our show isn't here to judge anyone. We're just talking about our dynamic. So this isn't meant to cause anyone to feel a certain type of way. I know some people, I've heard this opinion, and I think I heard it from Steve Harvey. And if I'm wrong, please, I apologize. But I've heard the opinion of go ahead and introduce the kids to the guy up front so that you can see whether or not those dynamics are going to work. You don't want to invest all that time into a relationship and now you guys are in love and then you make the introduction with the kids and they hate each other. Their relationship with the kids and the new potential spouse is not going to work. And now you feel stuck. Or for those that are a little bit more comfortable with walking away, and now you're walking away after you've invested years or whatever it is that you've invested. So I kind of understand the other side too. I just did it differently, but I do understand that part because my kids are the world to me. And if my kids do not like my partner, I'm comfortable with walking away. And to have been with a partner for years, that's it's going to suck. It's going to suck, but I will walk away.
I don't really think it takes a year to decide whether someone is a potential person that you want to consider, dating or spending their life with. Yeah, I mean, after a couple, like 6 months in, you should have an idea where you believe it's going. So then the conversations are kind of on the table. Like, do you think this is something serious where you could, meet the kids, stuff like that, but you kind of have that idea going in. For me, I would never jump in it, because I come from the hood and people who know me, you know that I do. So I grew up around that dynamic where it was a new guy around all the time. And I'm telling you, like, just from seeing it firsthand, it does not make a positive impact on the children. No. And the young ladies, they pattern after that. The young men see that.
So now it becomes a vicious cycle.
And it's a cycle that's in our community that we don't even need. It's a better way and a wiser way of doing it. And protect your heart, protect your children's heart. More importantly, because kids get attached way faster than we do. And we know we have the ability to be able to let things go and cut things off. Where a child, once they've grown fond of someone, they become a part of that, because especially if they're lacking something in their lives. And this person may be a really solid person, where you guys don't work out, but now, their child heart is invested into it. And that's just something I never wanted to put the kids through, or to have them involved in that. But that's one of my main things I've always considered. It's not just about me, but also
Right. No, that's a good one. I think we both were on the same page about that, so we're able to respect that in that sense. And then I think what goes along with dating with kids is, so I don't know if most people will agree with my opinion on this one, but even the potential partner that I'm choosing, there's several things that go on a list for us ladies, right? That, our little check boxes. He needs to check this box. One of my check boxes was determining whether or not this partner would get along with my ex, right? And how would that dynamic look like when we're all having family dinners, we're raising family together? How would it look like? You know, again, most women are probably like, bump my ex, who cares? But but it mattered to me because, again, the bigger picture was love and putting the kids first. And I wanted my kids to be surrounded by positivity. So if I'm looking at this person who's going to be around my kids, they're also going to be around my ex. How is this person's personality going to clash with my ex? How is this person's personality going to blend in really well with my ex? So for me, the big picture that I always had in the back of my mind was what would our dynamics work when we were all in a room? So if I was dating someone, so I know Kevin's personality, I know his triggers. And if I was dating someone, let's say if I know Kevin's trigger is saying the word bippity boppity boo, right? That's a trigger for him. As soon as anyone says the word bippity boppity boo, Kevin, how would you react?
You're using that as an analogy because that's not really a trigger. But if it was something like that, yeah, I'm a masculine dude, so
yes. I didn't want to say that.
When I'm around other masculine dudes, we get along well. You know what I'm saying? When I'm around casual dudes, we get along well.
But I think
I've eaten the bullet for my twin sister a lot. When I need to eat a little humility at times, I do. I've done that pretty a lot with my sisters, certain guys she dated. Stuff like that, different things. I have a twin sister, and that's my heart. So I learned from that dynamic to kind of like sit back, lean back, lay back, and it taught me to kind of just with being around my nephews and family to get along with everyone.
Right.
But then there's just certain types of people, the bullying type of person.
Right.
Just don't like you for no reason, see you as a threat. Because I like to laugh, I like to joke, I'm about family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so for people who are not about that, then I am a little thuggish on that. And it can be whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can make it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And these are the things that I would consider in my dating process. If this person is goes a little to the left too much for Kevin, my life, I'm just thinking about my future and the kids' future. It's just going to be a nightmare. It's going to be miserable. Who wants that when we have to be around each other?
Yeah, because I come in lovingly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I come in as family. I ain't trying to be the best friends with nobody, but your husband James, he'll tell you I'm a cool dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I got his back, Yeah, and I ain't trying, I ain't in nobody's business. I ain't stepping on nobody's toes. I've never been invasive or none of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I always respectful that, but it is what it is. Yeah. But I'm thankful that we've never even really had to have that issue. You know what I'm saying? We've never really had to have that issue. I've had that issues with people my sisters dated and stuff like that.
Right.
And I got a brother-in-law who, I don't know.
Don't reveal too much.
Yeah, he a little high, bro. He think I know stuff that I don't know. So I think sometimes he got issues around me, even though I love him, man.
Right.
Even though I love him, man. But
right.
And we don't really know nothing about one another. But even with that, I give him a big berth of room. Because with other guys, I probably slap him, but but he family, man. So, and that's how I see the guys you're with. They're family. To me, they're family. When you're dating them, I'm looking at it like this gonna be someone that's gonna be family. So it's not about the drama. And I'm glad that the one you chose, he had the same disposition. Like, hey, man, we gonna be family. Right. We gotta raise family together. We're gonna be granddads together one day. Right. He joked with me and be like, when I'm not around no more, you gonna be raising my kids. No, but still, like, it's
Right.
good. It's real good.
So no, it's
I never
not,
knew. I'm gonna cut you off because I never knew that was part of your dating process. I appreciate that.
No, really?
From the
I
bottom of
said
my heart.
that to you.
Listen, from the bottom of my heart, I never knew that.
And that's why we ain't together. His listening skills.
Mm-hmm.
I've said that to you.
You have?
But that's sincere.
You have?
Yes, I've said it to you.
You know, I don't pay you no attention, man. You must have been standing like through one of your rants. Go ahead and close the show out. Come on, let's go ahead and close the show out.
So I appreciate that. Yes, it's not for everybody. And our situation isn't ideal. Who wants to have a baby mama or a baby daddy?
Drama.
It's not ideal,
Drama.
right? But if you're in it and you want to make it the best for everyone involved.
Yes, because 50% of marriages are ending in divorce. I think it's up to like 67% now, man. It's crazy. So most of y'all are in our position.
Right.
Most of you guys are where we at. So
the idea is to make your situation the best that you can make out of it. And for me, knowing that I was going to date again, I was young, I wasn't going to divorce and just sit around. I knew that I was going to date again. I considered...
Even though that was my advice.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Crazy
just wait it out.
Yeah.
Wait it out. 18 years isn't long at all. You got a lot of time.
So I think what worked for us is that I considered my ex. We both agreed on not introducing the kids to anyone until it was serious. And the extra layer that I added was that any potential suitor that I was considering, one of my check boxes was to make sure that they would get along very well with my ex-husband.
Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate your time. We hope that you hit the like and subscribe button if you already haven't joined us. We appreciate your comments, so please leave your comments and tell us what you think about the episode, good and bad. We love to hear from you. Once again, we hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you for joining us on Kevin and Mimi Milande. We'll catch you next time.